Hey YouTube, today I'm going to show you my top 5 picks for top water lures in 2016. My least used one, and the one I don't use the most but still has a couple results but not as good as the others, is the Buzz Plug. I have the rat one. It sits on top of the water and floats. It kind of is pear-shaped, as you can see in it. As it goes across the water, it just spins like that and makes nice little streams that come off and bubbles. I mean, they like it and you get a lot of hits on it, but it doesn't have the hook ratio like I like to see, because its hooks are behind it, so they almost have to strike it perfect just to get an actual good hookup. My second one is just a normal top water popper, and these have a pretty decent hook ratio. I mean, it's hard, so they're not going to latch on after they hit it. You have to be ready for a strike, but they are good. The other bad thing about them is they do catch on moss because they aren't moss proof and snag proof. So if you're in open water with some straight vertical sticks that you aren't going to get hung up on much, then this is a great one to go to. The next one is actually really good, and this is my grandpa's old one, so I don't fish with this one anymore, but it's a jitterbug. These have a great side-to-side movement on top of the water and leave a bubble trail as well as a great sound. I have one that looks like a frog, but it's on my pole. But yeah, these work really good. They have a good hook ratio. The hooks are razor sharp. Even these old, probably 40-year-old hooks are still really sharp on it. So they make great hooks for these, and they have a great hook ratio, and they catch a lot of big fish. My next one is probably the one I use the most, especially in high weed and moss. If it's a really mossy pond, I use the Lunker Frog. Now the other frogs, they have the string legs, but the Lunker Frog's special because it has these real looking legs. And that attracts the fish because it sits like that in the water and the legs dangle. I mean, the legs don't necessarily matter, but they do make a big difference when you're kicking instead of just sitting there and dragging them across the top of the water. The other good thing about the legs is they also make little bubbles if you pull them, and they do create a lot of attention, and they have a really nice finish on them, as you can see. So the Lunker Hunt Lunker Frogs. Then my last but not least is my buzz bait, and this is the one I like to use. This is my go-to no matter what you catch a fish bait. They usually have a skirt on the back, but mine's been hit so many times that it ripped it off, so I just use a worm. Doesn't matter, it still catches a lot of fish. Now this part isn't on most of them, but this is a good addition. It creates noise, and like the Buzz Plug, it is bigger blade, but it does the same thing. But that creates more noise, and then this is right on the water surface and this is right below. So if they're kind of stubborn about hitting top, throw these and you'll catch them every time. So my order is least Buzz Plug, second to least top water popper, third is the good old jitterbug, a classic, second is the Lunker Hunt Lunker Frog, and the best rated one that I've picked out of my selection has got to be the Buzz Bait. That's all. Thanks for watching.